The barnacle goose is native to the high Arctic regions of the Northern Hemisphere. Its main breeding populations are found in eastern Greenland, Norway, and Arctic Russia, particularly Novaya Zemlya. For centuries, Europeans were unaware of its true breeding grounds because these remote Arctic areas were inaccessible. As a result, the bird's real origin remained a mystery until Arctic exploration expanded in the 19th century. Before its nesting areas were discovered, medieval Europeans developed a remarkable legend about the species. Because barnacle geese appeared in Britain each winter without anyone ever seeing their nests or eggs, people believed they emerged from goose barnacles attached to floating driftwood. This myth was widely accepted in the Middle Ages and even recorded by scholars of the time. The belief influenced dietary customs, with some people considering the goose fish-like and therefore permissible during religious fasting. During the breeding season, barnacle geese inhabit remote Arctic tundra landscapes. These areas are typically treeless, windswept, and dominated by mosses, lichens, grasses, and low shrubs. They often choose nesting sites on steep rocky cliffs, crags, or elevated outcrops, sometimes several meters above ground level, which helps protect their nests from Arctic foxes and other predators. Proximity to freshwater is important during breeding. Meltwater pools, streams, and tundra wetlands provide feeding areas for adults and growing goslings. The harsh Arctic climate means the breeding season is short, so the geese rely on the rapid summer plant growth to sustain themselves and their young. Proximity to freshwater is important during breeding. Meltwater pools, streams, and tundra wetlands provide feeding areas for adults and growing goslings. The harsh Arctic climate means the breeding season is short, so the geese rely on the rapid summer plant growth to sustain themselves and their young. The barnacle goose is one of the most strikingly patterned geese in the world. Its bright white face stands out boldly against a glossy black crown, neck, and upper breast. This sharp contrast gives the bird a clean, almost masked appearance that makes it easy to identify even at a distance. The upper parts are mainly silver-gray with fine black barring across the back and wings. This delicate pattern creates a scalloped or rippled effect when viewed closely. The black chest transitions sharply into a pale gray to white belly, enhancing the bird's dramatic two-tone appearance. The tail is black with crisp white undertail coverts, which are particularly visible in flight. Its bill and legs are black, matching the darker plumage areas. Juveniles are duller, with less sharply defined facial markings and more muted gray-brown tones before acquiring the bold adult coloration. The barnacle goose has a compact and relatively small-bodied build compared to larger goose species. Its body is rounded and sturdy, with a shorter neck that gives it a stocky profile. This compact structure is well suited for both grazing and long-distance flight. Its wings are long and pointed, built for efficient sustained migration. In flight, the body appears streamlined, with steady wing beats and a tight formation when flying in flocks. The chest is well developed, supporting strong flight muscles necessary for Arctic migrations. The bill is short and triangular, adapted for cropping grasses close to the ground. Its legs are positioned slightly toward the center of the body, allowing for efficient walking and grazing on land. Overall, the species combines strength and agility in a balanced, efficient form. Barnacle geese are medium-sized geese, smaller than many gray goose species but larger than most ducks. Adults typically measure between 55 and 70 centimeters in body length. Their wingspan ranges from approximately 130 to 145 centimeters, giving them impressive aerial presence despite their moderate body size. Adults generally range from 1.2 to 2.3 kilograms. Body mass fluctuates seasonally. Before migration, individuals often increase their body weight significantly by accumulating fat reserves to fuel long-distance flights between Arctic breeding grounds and wintering areas. Males and females are similar in appearance, with only slight differences in average size. Males are usually marginally heavier and slightly larger, but the difference is subtle and often difficult to detect in the field without direct comparison. Barnacle geese are highly social and strongly flock-oriented. Outside the breeding season, they gather in large, dense flocks that may number in the thousands. These flocks provide safety through collective vigilance and coordinated movement, reducing individual predation risk. They exhibit clear social hierarchies within flocks. Dominance is often established through posturing, neck stretching, and brief confrontations. Long-term pair bonds also influence social rank, with established pairs often holding higher status within feeding groups. They are also highly site-faithful birds. Many individuals return year after year to the same wintering grounds and breeding colonies. Their migratory routes are traditional and culturally transmitted within populations, with younger birds learning routes and stopover sites from experienced adults. Barnacle geese produce distinctive, high-pitched vocalizations often described as yapping, barking, or rapid cackling. Their calls are sharper and more clipped than the deeper honks of larger geese. Within flocks, they maintain almost constant vocal contact. These calls help coordinate group movement and maintain cohesion, particularly during flight or when grazing in dense vegetation. When alarmed or engaged in territorial disputes, their calls become louder and more rapid. During aggressive interactions, individuals may combine vocal signals with physical displays, intensifying the overall communication display. During migration, barnacle geese typically maintain flight speeds of around 60 to 70 km per hour. With favorable tailwinds, they may exceed this speed, allowing them to cover great distances efficiently. They are capable of sustained, long-distance flights between Arctic breeding areas and European wintering grounds. Some populations travel thousands of kilometers each year as part of their migratory cycle. Their flight is strong and direct, with steady wing beats rather than gliding for extended periods. In flocks, they often fly in loose V formations, which help conserve energy during long journeys. Barnacle geese are primarily herbivorous grazers. They feed mainly on grasses, sedges, mosses, and other low-growing vegetation. Their short bills are adapted for cropping vegetation very close to the ground. In wintering areas, they frequently feed on agricultural crops such as winter cereals and pasture grasses. This adaptation to farmland has allowed some populations to increase in number due to reliable food sources. In coastal habitats, they may also consume salt marsh plants and algae. Their feeding is methodical, often involving slow walking while continuously cropping vegetation. Barnacle geese breed during the brief Arctic summer, typically beginning in late May or early June when snow begins to melt. They form nesting colonies, sometimes located on steep cliffs or rocky ledges to reduce access by terrestrial predators. The female usually lays between 3 and 5 eggs. She incubates them for approximately 24 to 25 days while the male remains nearby to guard the nesting territory. Incubation begins after the clutch is nearly complete, ensuring synchronized hatching. After hatching, the goslings leave the nest within a day. In cliff nesting colonies, they may leap from significant heights to reach the ground below, relying on their light weight and soft down to cushion the fall. Families remain together throughout the summer and migrate as a unit in autumn, with young birds staying with their parents through their first winter. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.